Hey, but I wanted to start off asking a question to you more about you. And
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
We
into
gonna
it.
roll on to that.
Tone said, let's bounce into it.
Because we already talking about music.
Yeah.
And my next question is, like, we know you do comedy, and we're gonna get
Yeah.
into that. You got a nice long resume.
Thank you, brother.
So, like, let's get into the. I figured that was coming.
Resume ain't dick.
That's what I'm saying. I know. Resume. I figured
Hey, look,
I
Diddy-
It's
I picked
standard-
the
it's
words
the
I
standard
used.
nowadays,
Hey, I'm
man.
making sure I didn't say nothing that was saying
Standard.
up.
How you
but he-
said it.
It's how you said it.
He did it, but
Nice.
You gotta
How
say it faster. Pause.
Diddy got tone short. Diddy got tone short. Bars.
Yeah, pause. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, do you want to go get some cream
Yeah,
pies?
yeah.
Okay, that
Pause.
one's cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Wait,
saying?
where the cream pies gonna be?
Long resume. Take that. Whoa, pause.
Where do your love for music come from, and how long have you been doing music for?
So the crazy thing is, I only been doing music since 2020. So I was doing comedy longer, like 17 years or more.
Okay.
But my love for music has always been there. Like I come from a music family, kinda in a way. So found out like I'm related to Gucci Mane. I'm related to Bell from, Bell
Shit.
Biv DeVoe.
Okay.
There's other family members that are like famous musicians, which is odd. Gospel singers that were within the family, and I have those Alabama roots. Me and you talked about that. So my family comes from Bessemer and Birmingham, so mainly Bessemer. So that music vibe has always been in me. I've always loved music. I always wanted to do it. But with comedy, I didn't think anyone would take me serious back when I wanted to do it, because there was a point in time where, like, if you ain't rap about shooting somebody, it wasn't cool.
Fact.
So you could only be
Rare.
one of two rappers. You could either be the earthy, I smoke weed, shout out to the gods in the earth rapper, like the Talibs or the Most Defs.
Common, the Talib, the Most Defs.
Yeah, or
the Black
the
Stars,
the
type
backpackers.
shit.
Yup.
Yeah,
You know,
the Black
Kanye was
Packers,
on that
yeah,
side
Kanye
for a
was on
while.
that side.
And then,
Yeah.
or you had to be a gangster rapper, and I wasn't built for that. So, for me, I was like, oh, nobody would ever take me serious. So I started doing parody music instead, like the Cosby shit, the Eddie Murphy stuff, and that was going viral. And it was like my way of being able to like get away with rapping, and people be like, yo, you got skills, but it was like in a comedic way.
Right.
Now, when Lupe Fiasco was out, people wasn't taking him like serious, but Lupe is one of the best rappers
He's
ever.
weird as fuck. Shout out
You
to
know,
Lupe.
people didn't take Kanye. Kanye honestly is the artist who helped like allow the other, like, you could be a nerd
The back hat
and,
nerd rappers
and you
to
could
get out.
still
get off.
like be cool
Yeah, he
and hop on a track with.
He was putting Most Def and Snoop Dogg's on the tracks.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
was bringing Kanye definitely. I don't
Or
wanna
like
say
a Lil
just him,
Wayne,
or like a Lil, yeah.
Lil Wayne with Q-Tip.
Yeah,
Something you
yeah,
would
yeah.
never,
Something you would
never
never
see.
see.
That's a fact, like, you
But
know
it
what
was
I'm
Kanye that did
Yeah.
that. Jay-Z with Scarface. And I mean, that was inevitable, but it was just like the production and the way he did it. So I always had this love for music. And then 2020 hit and you couldn't do comedy. And there was a lot of shit going on within like our community with police brutality and stuff. And I did a song, a friend of mine, Frizzy, who's an Emmy-winning rapper, holds the world's Guinness record for the longest freestyle. It's 31 hours.
God damn.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. So he was like live doing
Do he
this.
take some drink
I
water
think
between
you were
this?
only allowed to take, like, the way Guinness has it, you could take specific breaks, but it's within those specific times. You're not allowed to just
Crazy.
take a break when you want. So he had to like freestyle all the way through. Him and a friend. It
They'll say,
was
"Well, I
crazy.
drank water
That nigga
like
probably ran out of
fucking
raps
water
after
out
that.
of
I mean,
I
I
can't rap for 2 years.
yeah,
now,
bro.
nigga. Shit.
The
I'm in
fact
Guinness.
at some point you just gotta rap anything and be like, yo, this nigga got yellow. I'm feeling real mellow, like, to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And then there's
want some
hard
Jell-O.
bars. Yeah, I want some Jello, but but yo, yeah, we did a song called "No Justice, No Peace," and it was with Roscoe Wiki, who's like really known in Pittsburgh. He's produced for Wiz and Mac Miller, because I used to host all the comedy for the hip hop shows, so I knew Mac Miller and those guys back when they were starting out. So he is like, yo, I got this song, No Justice, No Peace. And I was like, all right, you need to get Frizzy on this. He's like, oh, if you could get him on this, this will be fire. So I pulled in the favor. He came in. I was like, yo, let me say something. They're like, you know, the skeptical, because comedy, the thing I hate about comedy is when you're a comedian, everyone thinks you're a fucking jester.
Right.
So you're not allowed to be deep. You're not allowed to be smart.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to be
You're
cool.
supposed to be funny.
You just got to be funny all the time.
Make me laugh, funny
Yeah,
man.
yeah, right. You know, hey, I had a
Make me
nigga
laugh.
heckle me in the show. He said, "Make me laugh."
I hate him.
I was 18. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Like, damn, make
But
me laugh.
you know, yeah.
I'm on
so,
you now. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So yeah,
the
that's
show about to be about you.
So I got into the music that way, and then from there, it was just like I kept going and linked up. Mike Tomlin's son Mace produced my album, most of it. So and he's a rapper
Rest in
too.
peace, Mike Tomlin.
No, not
No,
that Mike
okay,
Tomlin.
okay.
I'm sorry, yeah, but rest in peace to that Mike
Oh,
Tomlin.
still is Mike
Coach
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
Okay. My
Coach
fault.
Mike
Coach
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, Coach.
Rest in peace, Mike Tomlin. My nigga.
Yeah,
still,
but rest in
yeah.
peace, Mike Tomlin. Yeah,
that's a
for
fact.
sure.
I just heard the name. My bad.
No, you're good. But I always forget that the names were the exact same. And but Coach Tomlin, his son is a rapper and produced my album Friday the 14th, which my birthday is October 14th. So I dropped it on the Friday that my birthday was my debut album. So he produced it, got him on the track. This cat Savvy from Nashville. When I was in Huntsville, I told y'all I used to do security in the clubs and shit.
Right.
I was his son, my boy, my OG son was like 6 and he grew up and now he's like a popular rapper. So I got him on the track, Mace on the track, and then I just kept going, then did my own single. And, you know, from there, I just learned the business stuff because I had those comedy albums.
Right.
So God works in like wild ways, you know what I'm saying? Like he knows how he wants your path to be.
Put yourself. I'm learning. Not to cut you off.
Yeah,
but
you go.
I'm learning with us as a group, putting yourself in certain rooms. When you take the initiative to be around, that's you know what I'm saying. Like that's how certain doors opened up for us. Like not just being around and shit. Like going places we normally don't go.
Yeah,
Being around and shit we normally don't do.
That's what
you know
how
what
it
I'm saying?
works.
Like, and it's like by the time we leave there, it's like fuck, nigga, we got 8 business cards.
Yeah,
nigga.
and that's how you
Nigga,
do
emails, all types. Like what the
Yep.
fuck? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a whole different. It's a whole, like I said, it's a whole different avenue. Now niggas about to have food shows and niggas about to do all types of shit. So it's about to be,
It
I
is
feel like-
because I did music. I had all those music connects from doing the hip hop shows
right.
through comedy. They knew me from that and the parodies, and I would record in studios the parody songs. So by then, you know, when I got into it, I was doing so much business with the comedy albums. So I have 3 6-figure stream projects. My first 2 comedy albums charted in iTunes charts, comedy charts, and were 6-figure stream.
Dope.
The last 2 I recorded in Canada didn't do well because I dropped them at the height of the pandemic. So as soon as they shut everything down,
That's when
they were already coming out. So I was kind of,
like
it went to deaf ears a little
stuck in
bit.
the wash.
Yeah, but they were still high numbers. And then my debut rap album has 6-figure streams. So, you know, I was in these meetings learning how to do the shit. And the one thing that I always tell people that I'll tell y'all too, business, the stuff that we think is business isn't business. We have to think of what we do as entertainers as corporate. And sometimes we think of it as like entertainment business being separate, but it's not. That's why you get caught up in the situations of the Diddy's and they get, you know, they meet the guys that own Ciroc and the stuff because it's a corporation and they found a way to make money off of your image. But if you beat them to the jump, because The Rock said, I surround myself with smart people. His ex-wife is his manager and business partner. So, you know, when you think of it like that, we have to be in a place where we pay attention to what our business is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But on a corporate level. And that means studying how corporations and Fortune 500 companies, how they handle business.
Right.
Even if you work in a Fortune 500 company, any corporate job I've ever had, I treated it like an internship, not like a job.
Yeah, I took
A paid
notes.
internship.
Took notes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Took
hanging
notes.
out with the people that are executives or the high, my boss's boss's boss. They're like, you're a nice guy. Then you get that's how this shit go. So I was in meetings for my comedy albums with people. They would have these VIP meetings through TuneCore. That's one of my distributors. And one of Taylor Swift's people were that used to write and manage her on her team. they were one of the heads of TuneCore. So they're in this meeting telling us how to do our albums and how to promote and how to do shit. I'm like, you don't just end up in rooms like this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I need to take notes of this.
It's a fact.
So when I came out with music, I know how to design my own album art. I know how to design my own shit. I was using those tips and those tricks that was already corporate that the A&Rs use
Right.
and all the people, and saying, I don't need y'all. Let me go hop, skip.
Okay.
So I run past stuff with my A&R, and he's like, yeah, you already on it. Like, you know what you're doing. So my love for music was always there. Like 70s, my dad introduced me to comedy and music. So like funk, 70s shit. All the 80s R&B, all the 90s rap and shit, like the late 80s rap. It was always there. So I feel like our generation is like, like with millennials, it's one of those things where you can actually be in between worlds.
Right.
Where we're between the boomers and the Gen X and our own shit, but we absorb what they gave us. And that's why you see a lot of millennial rappers being so fucking good. Because we know how to stretch a bar and we can still do melodic shit and still have fun. But you still gonna get some bars. That's why Kendrick's so good. That's why J. Cole is so good. They rap like when you got someone like Big Daddy Kane saying J. Cole is the guy. That's it don't get bigger than that.
That speaks volumes.
You know what I mean?
Saying that, they're throwing that around.
Yeah.
He was crazy.
Yeah.
Real life smooth operator.
Oh man.
My mama and them was hanging out with them. I still be asking them like, "Oh, you upset? You was on a tour bus with them niggas, man. You wasn't smooth operator." That's all I hear. Like,
You used to call me on the house
You know what I'm
phone.
saying? Yeah, that's a fact. Like, I was little, nigga. Them niggas was riding past them benches playing that shit, bro. Like, that shit was crazy.
Man.
But no, just off the top, before I take it, dash into another little quick commercial, and your favorite top 3 artists of all time,
Music artist?
music artists.
Marvin Gaye.
Dope.
That's a first.
Marvin Gaye's my favorite singer.
That's a first.
Man.
My favorite artist is Prince.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Can't go
Yeah,
wrong
so
with that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
my
yeah.
shit
I
right
ain't gonna
there.
lie. I'll be at work with the headphones, not to cut you off, but I'll be at work with the headphones. I can listen to the whole Prince and Revolution live concert in my
Oh, yeah, it's
I'll be
fire, man.
dancing
Facts.
like a motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
But go ahead, my fault.
No, you're good. Cause that third, it's always the last
It's
one.
always
that's hard,
the last
right?
one.
Because for me,
You got a couple last ones.
Exactly.
yeah. If I could go into rap, I'll use a rap artist that's like one of my favorite of all time, and it's between like Wayne and Eminem, because for me, Eminem had this like crazy. I know people get mad. They're like, "Oh, he's white." Eminem had
Eminem was
It's about the
crazy.
skill. It's about the
Eminem
art.
had these like he had a crazy way of flipping words and making it like 3 meanings. And then that's how I learned how to do my wordplay. So like people will if you go on Genius, you can see my lyrics for my songs, and I have it there so people can go and figure out
right.
because they don't get it. And Lil Wayne was like one of the first people, like Eminem and then Wayne, because those guys were like the ones that was flipping shit so much. Like Eminem had a line where he was like, "I ain't done this, ain't the chorus. I ain't even drug you in the woods yet to paint the forest.
Right.
A blood stains orange after I wash it 3 or 4 times in a tub, but that's normal, ain't it, Norman?" Norman Bates' nickname was Normal Bates. Like, what the, you know what I mean? Like, Wayne did that shit. So, those are my,
That's hard, man. You can go to